What is up, Workbringer here, and today we're going to check out my very first Plaguefall plus 15, and this is 7 of 8 on the road to Keystone Master, plus 15 timing all the dungeons. And I'm pretty sure the name of this particular run in this video is We Smash This Dungeon. Now, we don't quite plus to it, but it's really close. And what I would say, which feels really good about Plaguefall, because Plaguefall's gotten a lot of nerfs to, I think, to make it this smooth, is that this is an extremely safe route, right? And what helps enable it is that I think I tank it in a very safe way, which is a good strategy in my opinion for pugs. If it's with your friends and you're like, we've already timed the 15, let's plus to it. You know, for the lulz, just to, or to challenge yourself, either way you want to think about it. This doesn't require anything crazy, and we timed this thing easy. Why didn't I hodge the fungal stormer, the fungi stormer? You see that hand of justice right there? Please stun fungal storm. Do I stun that one? What am I doing? Oh, I stunned the fungal mancer. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that is. I let 2 fungal storms go off and I hodged the wrong one. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, now the fungal storm is getting focused here. We're losing threat on it, which is good. Someone's single targeting it. And yeah, fungal storm, you need to hand of justice that. Man, this is rip. Okay, so this could be done much better from just from me alone. Oh boy. Ugh. But anyway, getting back to this run. This route I really recommend for pugs, 10 and above. Very straightforward, very slow, and that we didn't pull the big boy with the first pack, which is good because I wasn't stunning fungal storm, so whatever, the brain hadn't turned on yet for this run, so apologies to the healer, sorry. But still, this run is like as slow as you can go, pretty much. There's no backtracking, which is good, but you'll see how I make up count after the third boss? Or is it the third boss? The spider boss? There's the hand of justice. Okay, we're awake now. It's a very straight route. There's no backtracking. There's no skips. There's nothing funny. This is as straightforward as it can get, but it's slow, and there's parts that could be made much faster. And as we get into the higher keys where DPS does plateau a little bit, we are going to have to do strats that you might see from the higher keys that do require, I think, reasonable amounts of coordination. Voice comms, pug, you know, not necessarily pugging it, maybe doing something with my guild. When everyone's like, you know, doing the 18s and actually my guild's doing 18s already, but like do like 20s and, you know, stuff like that. It's like, it would be nice to have like a consistent group. And in that case, what you're going to do to speed this run up is do things like, one, pull this whole thing at once, which we probably could have. It's a little hard to slow them down if you have two, I mean, we have the inspiring back there. But nah, the whole thing on inspiring is a little sketchy, but I am going to get the rest of them here. So 1 inspiring per pull, not so bad. And we do manage to get this in 2 pulls. That's not terrible. Definitely if the group has the control and of course the burst, which we kind of do, you can take that whole pack all at once on all affixes except for probably like bursting. Everyone would have to like bubble at the end or something to clear their stacks. Like everyone would have to bubble internal and ice block because there would just be so much bursting. But everything else, most of the affix, like spites and whatnot, it's not so bad. You just have to obviously mass entangle at the end and try to bolster kill them so that they all die at the same time and there aren't spites in the middle of it. But that's so far in this run, if you wanted to go faster, because like this is just going to be a nice safe route. We timed this very confidently. I don't think I timed a 10 as fast as we timed this 15, and that feels really good about Plague. Right? With the nerfs in, with the boss nerfs, and just, you need to know all the mechanics. Wow. Okay, there's trees are out. I think I'm trying to change my audio. Are we on voice comms? Why am I changing my system audio? Whoa, okay. Okay, that's how much we care. That's how scared we are. We lost thread. But changing the audio. I don't think this was a voice comms group. I don't think it was. I don't know what I'm doing there. But anyway, we timed this like easy. It makes it look really easy. And I don't know, it gives me a lot of confidence about Plaguefall. It does obviously require the group to know what's going on, and this Balance Druid is bringing a lot of damage, and a lot of the utility is being brought by the Balance Druid. But that's why, you know, Season 1 Shadowlands is about, I hate to say it, the Vengeance Demon Hunter, and about the Balance Druid, and that's pretty much it. Fire Mage is of course meta, Marks is meta, but there's no special child of Season 1 more than the Balance Druid. And as a tank, there's nothing more comforting than seeing a 1400 IO Balance Druid in the group. You're just like, well, all these bosses are gonna die. I'm only gonna be tanking half of the dungeon because the trees will be tanking the other half. Ursuls, Typhoon, and just a lot of utility. You know, if they've gotten to 1400, they're probably pushing all of the buttons. That's what I'm saying here. Look at the damage. 30k Convoke, 20, whatever you want to call it. Like, we can call it an easy 20k. Consistent, right? Burst into 30s, maybe. Consistent 20k opener, right? This is the difference between one phasing this and, well, two phasing. If you three phase this, it's over. I don't know if I've ever killed this boss with 3 slime waves out, because there's not enough CC out there. So I'm looking at this 2%, I'm like, we didn't even have to CC the slime. We didn't even have to be like, he could have rooted it easily. There's some shorter stuns and whatnot. I was like, wow, okay, that's a smash. So I'm considering doing the big pull, but I decided not to. The big pull is to take that patrol, Plague Rock, and all of these boys, these slimy boys on this, and ready, bubble. Okay, bubble the canister. Hey, at least we blow these up. Now these have been nerfed significantly. They used to just kill you. If you were the tank and you took 3 of those and then a couple melees or whatever they're doing, these used to wreck. On a 15 Fortified, these are no joke. But I think this is the first time I'm playing it since the nerf to it, so I'm not so confident in it. So I do not pull the Belchy boy on it, though I'm pretty confident now. So if you want to speed this up, I talked a little bit about the beginning. You can pull the patrol on top of the triple pack. That requires everyone to stun at the right time, and there's a lot of kicks that go out, so I think that one's unnecessarily spicy and gets unnecessarily bad if you do it wrong. Like the first patrol on Fortified, he's a little scary actually. If you stand in those green pools a little too long, you're dead. So there's just a lot going on with that one. It's the first pull, not everyone's awake yet, aka me, so I don't know. But once you're here, it's like, you know, the blood is flowing, and it's a lot of tank responsibility to do this part. Yeah, that's still a lot. That's still a lot to do all of that in one pull, because there's just a lot going on. Plague Rock needs to be positioned correctly. You need to not die to melees. You need to bubble correctly. They need to all die. They all need to get the canister explosion. It's a lot. But the nerfs to the slime claws, that definitely helps. But I could easily see pulling all 3 of those, and then as soon as everyone melees me, even through mitigation, I still get, like, you know, cheat death trinket, like, right? Like, I could easily see that happening. But I at least did speed it up a tiny bit by taking the Plague Rock and the guy together. Now, the faster version of this is to go to the right, and you basically use the Plague Borers. I haven't done it yet, but I've seen enough runs that I'm like, I'm getting there, but I wanted my Keystone Master, Shadowlands Keystone Master achievement, so I'm not trying to like try something new. This is the tried and true route. Straightforward, slow, kill everything in a straight line, get pride on every boss, and GG, right? And this is that run, okay? Well, I will say the beginning of this Keystone Master series started off bad. It started off with some really gross bad runs. I think I had a little bit of nerves about doing 15s and just bad play in general. You know, it depends on like the time of day I'm playing, and I don't know. excuses, they were bad, but I've done better. I know I can do better on those, but this one is like pretty exemplary, except for the fact that I missed those Hodges in the beginning. We definitely could be killing this on the canister. I don't know why I'm not. Look at the damage. Oh, is one of these inspiring? No, the inspiring one's the one we gotta be kicking. But anyway, we gotta kill the congealed. Yeah, I probably should have killed him on the canister. I'm just not. I don't know why. I think I don't like standing in the green, right? I think that's the thing about Plaguefall is like the slime dots and stuff. It just feels bad, so I just didn't want to. We do have the smashy smash. Wait a minute. Are we on voice comms? Are we on voice? You know what? This is a voice comms group. I didn't remember that out of the gate, but it must be, because the reason, why would I turn the game audio down? It's so that I can hear the voice comms. We're on voice comms. Okay, I forgot that. And because here's the thing, when I'm doing this safely, I always CC the Plaguebinder, always. I always CC the Plaguebinder. And the way that I'm pulling this means that someone told me they have cooldowns, is what happened. I don't pull this whole thing, and I almost never, right? I just don't do that in pugs. So we're on voice comms. I had forgotten that for this group, and that was the play there. That's what allowed me to do that. I was like, hey, listen, I usually CC this. Like, oh my god, thank god. That Plaguebinder comes back. Okay, a couple things here. So that pull I just did is one of the most dangerous because it spawns Pride. If you want to control it, you CC the Plaguebinder, like I've done in many videos that you can go back and watch of any of my Plaguefalls recently, and you'll get Pride specifically on the last ad dying, and the Plaguebinder will still be there. That does take an extra 20 seconds maybe or so to kill him after, but it's very safe. However, I asked the group here in voice comms, I was like, I'm gonna CC this, and they were like, we have cooldowns, just pull the whole thing. And I was like, that's all I gotta hear. And I know we have a Balance Druid, so trees and a lot of things can mitigate that pull going poorly. So that's faster than I normally do it. But when you have the damage to melt them all together and knowing how to bolster kill and not killing like just the little ads, like don't burst on the small ads, you cleave them, right? And if you kind of know your timings with this, I'm gonna oh, I don't even have to dispel. If you know your timings, you don't necessarily have to ever target them. You only cleave, right? You know your DPS profile, you know how much cleave you're gonna get under the small ones. So that's like kind of ideal the way that happened. The second thing that happens there is that the slime people, I forget what they're called, the slime ones, they run away at some point. Thank you for that Typhoon, by the way. Man, that one Typhoon makes your tank life so much easier. This Balance Druid is bringing the big utility. That Typhoon, perfect time, didn't have to dispel, didn't have to Hand of Freedom, and that makes this pull even easier for me. Bubble is back, and Bubble, is it gonna get used? I thought it was gonna just stay up there and bubble. No? Oh no, here comes the bubble. Okay, here we go. Oh no, not even. Oh, sad, Sage. Oh, I didn't even, oh boy. Okay, that could have been done way better on my part, especially because I have bubble, but hey, we blew it up before anything went wrong. So we are flying. Balance Druid, man. The tank, you can only do so much. I don't know if it's necessary to CC that, but it's inspiring, and this run's going smooth time-wise, so I'm like, okay, let's just take the extra time. Are these kicking things? Okay, yeah, you know what? They have some kicks. I don't know if this was necessary, but it looks like I'm concerned with kicking Pestilent Slime, which we kick every single one. We got the time, and I'm like, okay, now I don't have any ranged hits, so I gotta go get this guy by hand like this. But I don't know. There's no point, and I don't know. I still won't. I probably will never know, because when's the next time I'm gonna do an inspiring Plaguefall? It's probably gonna be a little while. I'm not so sure. I don't know how bad that pack is if you don't CC that. I don't know. It probably was fine. I'm not so sure. So we're on voice. So this being on voice for this pull is awesome. So I'm like, don't touch, no touch, right? A lot of pugs. The fire mage has already flame striked him, and I'm like, oh no. But now we have this perfect setup over here. We have the silence field into Ursel, into Divine Toll, and it's all very, very nice. Very, very nice. And trees. Okay. We are overkilling this. Overkill over CC, and you love to see it. Love to see it. You know, watching this back now, you know, I do the replays I kind of see what they are, and then I do the commentary, and then, you know, it's after actually watching it back, I'm like, this is Balance Druid. And I think that might be what I'm going to call I might call this video something like, you know, Balance Druid is, I don't know the name yet, but it's something dedicated to the fact that this Balance Druid, and I'm sorry if the other people in the group are doing equal amounts of utility, it's just, as a tank, it's so apparent, it's so explicit how much a Balance Druid is helping you. In the parts that are scary. In the parts that are scary, you lose control, or like we pulled an extra pack, these trees are coming down. Pride's on the last couple ticks, and you're like dying trees come down, right? All these places that this very short cooldown just saves you. Typhoon for when those ads are gonna drop double whatever blue dot I get. That's oof. Typhoon saved it. Lots of things running at you. Ursul's Vortex and Mass Entangling Roots. Like what? Like Balanced Druids, just Druids in general. The utility, I suppose, from their like multi-specness. I'm assuming this is trees. Again, trees tanking Pride. Like what? This group is like, for me, I'm doing what I normally do, right? And that's kind of what you find as a tank is like, I'm doing the route. You know, you can double pull Portly like I've shown in the past and die and stuff like that. But if you just know the route, the variable isn't the dungeon. The variable is the group. It's the group. And what am I doing here? Okay, so I'm waiting for this. I see. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So we wasted a little bit of uptime. We may have been able to get him like right up there, but I don't know what that call was about. That was kind of awkward. I don't know. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Damn. I was kind of thinking that like he was gonna jump immediately. I think, I don't know. It worked out fine. Maybe we lost 5 seconds of uptime on this. But here's the other big play here is knowing when to lust. He's already at 50, and we had Pride. And I think I said this in my last Plaguefall video. You lust now. This is an IO group. This is when you lust. We're gonna melt that bomb. I thought someone died. No, we're gonna melt that bomb ad, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna melt the congealed. Now, you as a tank, you immediately abandon the congealed. And I'm almost surprised that the Balance Druid hasn't typhooned and rooted the slime. That's big plays too. Other thing, I suppose we have Lust and Time Warp up. Or I'm sorry, we had Lust and Pride maybe, or we had the damage to just kill it. However, say we go to this next phase and the congealed is out. That's another place for Typhoon and root. But I don't know. I think the damage in this, I think it's also easier just to kill it, right? So as this congealed comes out, he could Typhoon it and root it, but I didn't call for it, so not a huge issue. Oh no, okay, there he goes. He's rooted now. Okay, he knows. Yeah, he knows what's up. You can just ignore it, right? And I'm like, are we gonna kill it? Are we gonna kill it? I don't remember. I think it's broken. I broke it. Okay, that's my bad. Okay, that's bad Paladin. That's me. Okay, there goes the Typhoon. Okay, he knows. You know what? My Blessed Hammer broke it. That's my bad. My Blessed Hammer broke the congealed CC. So the Druid knows. That's like the ideal situation. You lust the first one down, and then you're gonna just ignore the second congealed, Typhoon it, blasting shot into Ice Trap, and as the Paladin tank, don't break the CC. I broke it with the Blessed Hammer. It's hard to control Blessed Hammer, and I'm not getting rid of it. I hate Holy Block. I'm going to say that in my guide. 100%, if you're getting trucked by magical damage, you're getting trucked by any like real damage. This is sketch because there's a tentacle back there, but I want to pull that away in case someone doesn't dispel it. If you're getting smacked, run Holy Block or Holy Shield or whatever it's called. I just hate that talent, and I like Blessed Hammer so much. But Blessed Hammer does break CC because they just spin around. You got no control over this thing. They're just like, woo, like hammers. Hammers are fun, but they also break CC. So that's my bad. I'm sorry. This is the Balance Druid performing and the tank ruining it. Ruining it. I don't know why we're treesing that. Was that, I don't know, but I hodged at least, or was it my hodge or was it the Holy Paladin? I don't know. But that was me messing things up. That was me making it harder for everyone else. He had to then stop doing damage to then reroute it or typhoon it. So that's my bad. I'm surprised. I don't remember getting like flamed about it, but you know, if I was a Balance Druid like performing, you know, as well as this, and the tank broke the CC, I would be like, yo, what are you doing? But I guess the run's going okay. So yeah, this is my dungeon to screw up. This group is killing it. Big Holy Paladin heals, big damage from everybody. Ellies do big damage with the right gear, and of course, just, you know, knowing what to do. A Natural Lust is lovely for the group, and they do have Earth Elemental. I don't think we ever use it. I don't know if we use Earth Ellie. Earth Ellie, you know, is helpful is downstairs when there's like 50 of those. Like say we elect to double pull, which we do not, because that gets really spicy sometimes. Meaning I have to keep aggro. Like downstairs, you could technically pull the entire room and Starfall it down. The issue is I have a hard time keeping aggro on all those mobs. They're just everywhere. That's such look at that Typhoon to double hodge. It's just a lot. It is an awful lot of mobs spread all over the place, and it's hard to get aggro on all of them. So I don't think we go for that strat. But here's the safe route. It's slow to kill these, but again, if the damage is there, it's not so bad. This now sets us up for perfect count for the boss, okay? And when there was no backtracking, I don't like going to the right with the other ambusher. I don't want to see any more of these spiders if I can. Do we get... Oh no, Stealthing's just going out. Okay. Ooh, I remember this. I was just like, yo, really careful. Don't be pulling... They know that, but I'm like, don't pull the other ones. Yo, I wonder if trees would have eaten those hits, because those just like randomly target someone. I didn't want to find out. I was like, we're just killing this. That was lucky. That could have gone super south. Now, am I going to CC this? Okay, I am. Okay. I forgot about this. I do CC. Oh, I almost got the spider out. There he is. Okay. So can I not Blessed Hammer and break my own CC? Right? What I'm trying to do here is control the ambusher. The big spider. Because if we don't kick him, he's going to do, like, if that inspiring mob allows this brood ambusher to free cast, we have 3 melees here. We've got Holy Paladin, Prop Paladin, of course, and a warrior. So if we just face pull this, I think we're all gonna get webbed. We're just gonna sit in that web the whole fight, and we'd probably still kill it. But it's, you know, we're so confidently smashing so far that I've had to do 1 inspiring pull, meaning we CC and then kill, and I think it was probably unnecessary on the slime, the plague binder, and the slimes before the boss. Probably didn't need to happen, but did. I don't know why. Kind of, we need all the cooldowns for the boss to do it smooth, right? And it's my assessment of these packs that if the spider, the ambusher, is allowed to free cast, that's a pretty big issue for how many melees we have. I think that's the call here. We get him out, and we're just going to handle the ambusher on its own, because it's dangerous enough. It spawns like 1,000,000 ads, and it does the webbing. I want to kick that webbing. Okay, so why aren't we getting those? What are we doing? Okay, we need to go get those. I think I'm saying if we break CC during this, like, that's fine, right? We need to obviously... Ooh, the ambushers. Ugh. So that was a little sloppy. And it may not have been the call. We might have been fine to just kill him through it, because that got a little dicey. I think these are trees saving it again. A lot of tools. A lot of tools. That was trees and Typhoon just neutralized the mechanics of this whole pack. Like, me as a tank, I've got a Hodge saved. Okay, now he broke. Venom Fang's coming out. That's fine. These ads are not an issue. They nerfed the Venomous Sniper. This sniper used to bang. He used to have a frontal, if you remember, and I'd have to always face him away, and if you didn't, he would shoot everyone, and everyone got this dot, and they got rid of that. Because, like, come on. Venomous Sniper and the Ambusher together, these are spicy, and there's 2 of them. Why'd they do the same ads on both sides? Like, that was ouch. I still could have timed it. You know, you just have to always position the sniper away. That was a lot. That was a lot. So that was some more time lost to precaution, but it's an affix, you know. And again, I did 1 Plaguefall this week, I think, and this was it. And I'm pretty sure some trees are tanking the Pride right now. So that's, look at my health, just full, cool, chilling. Other than like, you know, general pulsing damage. So to underestimate certain inspirings is at your own demise. So that was the decision. And again, 13 minutes left. This makes this dungeon look like a joke. What? Obviously, if we wiped on this boss, it would be super key threatening, right? Any boss, deaths on boss are pretty bad. But I don't think anyone dies the whole run. The whole run. Okay, that druid is 1700 IO. Okay. Okay, never mind. That's the name of this video. Hey, and the warrior's doing the thing. The warrior went and got all those for me. I did almost nothing. Everyone's got the utility. It's just, like I said, this whole group is pumpers and doing the utility. And I did like my part as the tank, I think. I did break some CC. You know, I got spinning hammers, what we can do about it. Loki Holy Block actually breaks CC too. Because when you get hit and you block, it like does an AoE damage. And it's been an issue in Raid. On Huntsman, I have to turn off Holy Block. Or Holy Shield, whatever. But anyway, this whole group is doing the mechanics, okay? Look at look, what? We got them all out, but no, we got them all out. I'm like, I shouldn't even have moved. Just chill. Are those trees? What's going on? This group is doing strats and making my life easy. It's the whole group, so shout out this whole group, but I'm just gonna have to single it out and say like this 1700 Balance Druid is okay, like smooth it out. Now this is slow. This is slow. The alternative, though, is to go all the way to the right. And that pack's a little stressful because it has one of those guys that spawns ads. And there's a bulwark guy, so you have to, like, hodge him. This bird, we do lose some time to snapping. We're going to lose some time to evading, which is part of snapping. But you don't backtrack, right? So, you know, it's... I don't know how I feel about it. We timed this like omega fine, so it's fine count, fine route. I just don't like going backwards. That feels bad. I don't know. And if I mean that boss is you can't just walk away from the spider boss, but like say you're on the last like 3%, you could technically like run away and pre-pull it. Or have like a mage go pull it, but the spider boss requires all your attention, in my opinion. There's no point until that boss is dead that you can just like you know, like what if she spawned another spider web phase, you know, like you just gotta, you don't leave that boss. But anyway, you kill that plague rock and then you kill these 2 slimes and that's count and no backtracking. And if you're a necrolord, you have like a resto shaman with you, they're gonna be flesh crafting all over these and getting haste and all sorts of stuff like that. Super interested to see what the seems like for 9.05 they're gonna be buffing necrolord because no one plays that covenant except for what was it, DK and Shaman, like, and then literally no one else plays it. So this is an interesting buffs coming for that. That'll be kind of cool. But that's my straightforward route, you know? The rest of this, you have no choice. You kill everything. But it's going to give you pride on, like, I think the second to last devoted or something. It's very tight. It's like a 100.5 or a 101 count route there. No backtracking. You can definitely combine. And instead of going to the left, you can go to the right after the first boss if you feel like gaming the Plague Binders. But I think that's for the higher keys. Like, I would assume around an 18, maybe 17. This exact route wouldn't have netted us like 5 minutes on the timer. It would have netted us like 1. So if you want the 5 minutes on the timer at the end for just like safety and maybe 1 wipe, you know, you'd be okay with 1 or 2 wipes to trash, not to bosses. With that amount of time left, you make up time with the Plague Binders. I've seen that room killed in like 1 or 2 pulls instead of I did it in like 4 or something. You can pull those Plague Binders onto the big packs, and you kind of have to be a monk or a DH to do the tricks because you need to move out of the Plague Binder attack or have someone like root everything. It's a lot of coordination, and being a fast tank is going to make it a little easier. I got a little spooked there and lay on hands, it looks like. And just tell everyone to run back. They all know that, but you know, just in case. So, you know, if you're having trouble with, I've had a couple people tell me that like Plaguefall is hard, and it is, right? As a tank, you need to understand what's at play so that you can enable the group to do what they need to do. Like, don't break their CC like I did. but the variable isn't the dungeon, the variable is the group. And so like it's weird that it gets easier the higher keys. Doing like 2 to 9 is so hard because the group is learning and the group is like griefing you. When you start doing 14s and 15s, you start to have really good IO people with you, you know, more than likely, right? You know, people putting these keys up, they're not, you know, if a 1700, 1800 Balance Druid shows up, that's who we're taking. Obviously, I bet you they're like 225 gear level or something, right? Like, it gets easier. You have to know your route, you have to do it correctly, but everyone knows what they're doing at these keys, and it's a whole new bracket. It's a whole new bracket out here, right? This run is easier than like the 10 I've done because everyone does it right and no one's gonna die to dumb things. I still have to do my job, but like what you can do is that like you can start to rely on other people, even in pugs. Can you imagine? Like actually like, ooh, I'm about to get smacked. I needed to move. Yeah, I barely moved at the last second. But that's the difference, you know, and it's not every group, but like, look at this. This is full pug. I think I asked for voice comms. I think this is in my Discord. And also, if I'm in a group and you're in my Discord, we can, like, don't come in until after. I'll probably leave immediately, but if we're like in a run, I just people pop in and say hi, I'm like, we like in this run. I'm not gonna make it private or anything. PvP, it's not such a big deal, though we're gonna be like screaming during it, but you know, if we're in a run, like that's not the time to pop in. But anyway, that's what I'm taking away from these 15s. Like all these groups have been excellent as pugs, man, like really good. And I'm telling everyone not to get in the circle. I learned that recently. I used to think everyone was supposed to get in. That's the opposite. So I just tell all the melee to get out. And this has been a smash. This makes Plaguefall look like a joke, does it not? It's like, oh, this looks like a free dungeon. We got 6 minutes left. What? 6 minutes on Plaguefall? Like, whoa, okay. So like everyone's doing it. I know I'm just shouting out the Balance Druid. I just love the balance. I just love the the Moonfire chickens, the Sunfire chickens, the magical chickens, man. Uh-oh, we lost the uh-oh, hey. Oh, it's a tree. Never mind. It's treants. He's stunting out here. He's just still throwing down the utility. Imagine being like the highest single target by like a mile and having the most utility and being the fastest one in the dungeon, Night Fae. Imagine being a Boomkin in Shadowlands Season 1. And please, oh boy, I should have added this Boomkin on as a friend. I got a couple, but like this was big Io Boomkin. 210 helmet. Wait, what? Oh, it's another 210 helmet. I don't need this. I don't think anyone else needs it either. Everyone's fishing for 226. We don't need this out here, but there it is. Easiest Plaguefall run I have ever done. Thank you, Boomkin. Thank you, everyone else in the group. And feels good. See you on the next video.